So hello and welcome back. So in this lecture we will be going through sources. Finally we are getting to the meat of it and going through the most important stuff in this course. So first things first, we're gonna go through the sources. So as you remember from the previous lecture, sources is located right here. You can change the position of this tab however you want, but still the name is written on the top. So first we're going to go through sources in this lecture, and in the next lecture we're going to go through the scenes, which is far more simple than sources. So in order to add source, you need to press the plus button right here. First, as I mentioned in the previous lectures, you need to understand that more on top the source is, more on top it will appear on the preview window and in the stream or recording of your videos. So basically, if you want your source to be visible at all times, it needs to be on the top. So first we are going to go through all of the sources and I will explain whatever they do, everything, and then we are going to get more details about that. You're going to press plus button right here in order to add source. Am I pressing it? Yes. Press plus button and it shows you different sources that you can add. So I'm going to explain whatever they do, and we're just going to add some of them so you would understand what they actually do. First is audio input device. Basically is you can add a separate microphone. If you have like another microphone, it will appear in the audio mixer as a separate microphone, and you can just add it however you want. I'm never using this one because I just use a different audio source, which we are going to go through audio lecture, and just add different audio source and just adjust it from there. That's it. I'm never using this one. The same with our audio output device. Basically is the same as your speakers. Again, you can just add it from the audio options as I showed you in the settings, which we are going to go through in more details. I'm never using these two, but you can add if you want as separate sources if it suits your needs. Next is very important, browser, which is a complete browser inside the OBS software. You just insert whatever URL you want and just have it on your screen as a complete separate browser without opening it in the other browsers on your computer. What it is used for? It is used for a different information that can be shown on your screen above everything else, like an alerts of someone subscribed to your channel, as a chat source. You can just insert the chat URL with a transparent background, and you're just gonna have a chat text right here. You can add just probably you can adjust subscriber counters, you can add timers, etc. You need to search for whatever you want it to show. You can just have YouTube video on the top right here, and you can just play music. And if you don't want to be seen, it to be seen, you can just pull it down in the sources, and it will just be behind everything else. It cannot be seen. So it is very versatile. Probably the most versatile source that you could use is browser, and it allows you to have a lot of different options. Next is color source, which allows you to have just like any color that you want on your screen. What it is used for? It is used for a background, mainly. You can have a different background, and for the chroma keying. So if you want to use it at different chroma keys and like have a green screen and just add any other thing on the top, you can use it for the color source for this option. Like, it's extremely simple. I actually rarely use this one because I can use the chroma keying software inside my webcam, so I don't use it, but for your purposes it might be useful. As for the beginner, I don't think that it is very, very useful for you, unless you're using it just for the background. That's it. Now, display capture is, well, whatever it says, it captures your display. It captures it entirely. Basically, it shows you whatever is shown on your display, which is right now what you will see. I'm capturing a display where I have opened my OBS Studio, and this is what it is. It captures in everything on my display. You can, if you have a multiple displays and you want to be selected, or you want to capture on a single one, or do you want to just change different displays and just have it in your scene, different scenes, so you can just do just that. Next is game capture, which is mainly used for the capturing of the game itself. It just captures the game and nothing else. You can select a specific window or whatever the full screen window you have. It is mainly used for the gaming, but can be used for other applications, mainly full screen applications as well, but mainly use it for gaming. If you have a game, you just load this game capture and just load the game inside it, and this is it. I'm gonna show you probably later how we can do this as well. Next is image. It is what it is. You just have an image as a source. Just open the you add the source and just select the path to the image that you want to show, and this is it. It will show you an image. Next is image slideshow. Basically, you are selecting a few images and just changes and images. This can be used, for example, to have a sponsors. You can have an image like somewhere right here, and it just has the slideshow, like changing the images like for a few seconds, and just use this for yourself, which is incredibly useful. Or you can have just show off your album and just having highlights of the stream or whatever you want. Just have your imagination. Just use this feature for whatever option you want. Next is Intel Real Sense 3D Camera Green Screen. You may not have this one. I have this one, so I'm just gonna skip this because this is not what you need to learn as a beginner of OBS. So we're just gonna go to the media source. It is something like an image, but instead of simple image, you can select a video or the song. You can just have your video playing right there. It's an extremely simple thing to do. Just have a video playing, whatever part you want on the entire screen, or you can have a music playing. I mainly use this one for the music playing. I just select a song, or in my case, I select I've merged entire playlist into a few hour audio file, and I just select it and it just plays a song for me like all the time. I just put it on the behind, like on the very bottom of the sources list, and it cannot be seen practically never, so you cannot see it, but you can hear it, and you can just regulate the music sound in the audio mixer, which is more important. You can create it in the way so the recording and the stream can hear it, but you cannot, so it would not distract you for anything. Next is scene, which allows you to paste entire scene as a source in another scene. It's something like a sceneception. So if you have like another scene where you have, I don't know, like completely different sources, and you don't want to paste it one by one and just resize them one by one, but you want something like as a small scene right here, you can just do just that. For example, I'm gonna show you just as an example. I'm gonna select scene, and for the scene I'm gonna select display. That's it. Okay, as you can see, this is selected display, and I'm just gonna minimize it. As you can see, this is different scene, completely different scene. This is this scene basically, but within another scene, which is extremely good thing to do. Like if you want to have your game up and running, but you want your face to be bigger, and you have like every single thing like chat and everything there still running, and you don't want just to change everything, you can use this. It's extremely good thing to do. I'm gonna delete that because we don't need that. By the way, you can just press delete to delete the scene. We're gonna continue here. Next is the text. It allows you to have a simple text on the top or on the bottom where you want to put it. Just put a simple text like hello or whatever it is. Just a text. It's as simple as that is. Next is video capture device, which is the thing that you're seeing right now, right here. Like this preview is the video. It's the scene, the C90. What this one is video capture device. Basically, a video, anything that is transferring video, which in my case is a camera. This can be a capture card as well, like if you're using a capture card and like using the OBS as the capture card for example, a PlayStation stream or whatever it is, or you can use this for the GoPro camera or anything else, anything that is transferring the video footage to your OBS software. This is the video capture device, which is extremely good, extremely important if you're using a webcam. Last but not least, as a source, is the window capture. It's something like a game capture, but instead of capturing the full screen applications like games, it can capture any window. Basically, I could just do this not as a display capture, but as a window capture. Or I could capture my Chrome browser and just have the minimizer somewhere right here, as I did with the scene, which is extremely good, extremely important. These are all the sources that you need, and you can just play with them and just have experiment with them, like experiment with their placement on the top, on the bottom. The things that are covering full screen, you want to have on the bottom, because if you are having on the top, anything that is not covering the full screen will go underneath. It cannot be seen unless you want to hide it. If you have only audio source, you want them on the bottom, and audio source will be on the way bottom. Let's say you can have a media source for the music on the way bottom, the audio capture, audio input devices on the way bottom. Anything that is full screen, that's covering full screen, like this screen, you need to have above that, and anything that is covering only partial screens, you need to have on the top. The things that you see here is a group as well, which allows you to have create groups of the sources, which allows you to put them in the one thing. Like you have a webcam and the frame of the webcam, you can go and put a frame and the webcam together, and if you want to hide them, you can just press one button and hide them together, or delete them together if you want. This is just for that. And for this one, you don't need this because it does the same thing as the text GDI plus. This is all about the sources. It is simple to understand. What you need to do, and what you need to do after that, is to turn on your creativity and just start playing with every single thing we have here. By the way, I'm just gonna show you that you can actually resize your sources. In my case, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna create a color source right here. Where is the color source? Just create a new color source, make it visible, and I'm gonna make it 1920 by 1080 to cover entire screen. 1080. I'm just gonna make select color. I'm just gonna select the black. You know what? Let's select the red, just like that. As you can see, because it's on the top, it's covering everything. Oh, it's just way too red. But if I'm putting on the bottom, because my face is now covering everything, the red screen cannot be seen. What I can do is just gonna press and just minimize this one and just have just like that. Boom. That's it. This is my screen minimized. Or I can just press again, just like that. But the red. Oh god, this is the difficult thing about that. I cannot see everything right here. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go like that and maximize this one somehow. Just like that. You are seeing this one like this. You can move them with the arrows as well. You can see that this screen, you see these lines right here. This means that there are actually more things to see in my camera. My C920 can be seen more things, but canvas is limited to whatever this is. So this is all that. As you can see, when I'm selecting the color source, it's not showing that something is like after like the canvas. So that's why you're seeing this lines, means that there is something that cannot be seen, because my camera has a bit wider field of view than you can actually see. But this is not a problematic that you can play with that. I'm just gonna delete the color source, just like that. Delete, and that's it. To enter the source settings, you can just press the cogwheel right here and just configure however you want. Like every single thing has different configuration, and just you can configure it however you want and however you see it fit. It's all about your imagination and creativity from now on about the sources. It's all about your needs on whatever you need to do in OBS. So next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go and just talk about sources. It will be extremely short because scenes, because it will be extremely short, and it's extremely simple because sources are more important than the scenes themselves. So I'm gonna see you in the next lecture. See you there.